stronger sex, are often expected to be resilient and stoic. This expectation, deeply ingrained in societal norms, can influence a man's psychological framework. Men are more likely to suppress their emotions, a trait often associated with strength and masculinity. This emotional stoicism, however, can sometimes lead to a lack of expressive communication, causing misunderstandings and misinterpretations, especially in relationships. Men are also typically more competitive, driven by the inherent need to succeed and prove their worth. This competitiveness often extends beyond physical endeavors, infiltrating their work life, personal relationships, and even their interactions with themselves. It's a constant game of one-upmanship, where the opponent is often their own past achievements. Now, let's pivot to the psychology of women, as perceived by men. Women are often seen as the more emotionally expressive and empathetic gender. They tend to value connections and relationships, investing significant emotional energy into nurturing these bonds. This emotional openness, however, can sometimes be perceived as emotional volatility, especially when contrasted with the more stoic male demeanor. Women are generally more intuitive and are skilled at picking up nonverbal cues. This ability allows them to navigate social situations effectively and empathize with others' emotional states. However, this heightened sensitivity can sometimes lead to overthinking and anxiety as they process and internalize their observations. Comparing the two, it's clear that both men and women have unique psychological traits, shaped by both biological factors and societal expectations. Men are generally more competitive and reserved, while women are more empathetic and expressive. These differences, however, are not rigid and vary greatly among individuals. It's essential to remember that everyone is unique, and their psychological traits are influenced by a multitude of factors, not just their gender. To summarize, men and women are psychologically different in several ways. Men, perceived by women, are often more competitive and emotionally reserved, while women, as perceived by men, are more empathetic and emotionally expressive. However, these differences are not absolute, and there's a vast spectrum of psychological traits exhibited by both genders. In the end, understanding these differences can help us navigate our relationships better and foster greater empathy and understanding among us all. After all, we are not just men or women. We are human beings, each with our unique psychological landscape that deserves respect and understanding. Have you ever wondered what someone is thinking? What if there was a way to pierce through the veil of thoughts, a way to decode the mysteries of the mind? Well, you're in for a treat, because today we dive into the realm of mind reading, not through magic, but through the science of psychology. Before you dismiss this as impossible, consider this. Psychology, the study of the human mind and behavior, equips us with tools to understand the underlying thoughts and emotions of individuals. Couple this with observation and intuition, and you're on your way to becoming a proficient mind reader. First, pay attention to body language. It's a universal language that often reveals more than words ever could. For instance, crossed arms might indicate discomfort or defensiveness, while mirroring someone's actions often signifies rapport and connection. Next, focus on the eyes. They're not just the windows to the soul, but also to the mind. Prolonged eye contact can signal honesty or intensity, while averted eyes might hint at discomfort or evasion. Third, observe micro-expressions. These are brief, involuntary facial expressions that occur in response to specific emotions. They're often fleeting, but if you're perceptive, they can provide a wealth of information about a person's true feelings. Fourth, listen carefully to the tone of voice. It can reveal a person's emotional state. A calm, steady voice might suggest confidence, while a shaky or high-pitched voice could indicate nervousness or fear. Fifth, understand the context. This is crucial, as the same action can mean different things in different situations. A smile at a funeral, for example, doesn't necessarily mean happiness. Finally, trust your intuition. It's the culmination of your subconscious observations, and it can often guide you towards the right interpretation of someone's thoughts and feelings. So to summarize: 1. Decode the body language. 2. Watch the eyes. 3. Catch the micro-expressions. 1. Listen to the tone of voice. 5. Understand the context. 6. Trust your intuition. Remember, this isn't about manipulation or deception. It's about understanding others better, building stronger relationships, and fostering empathy. And as with any skill, practice makes perfect. So start observing, start understanding, and who knows, You might just become the next Sherlock Holmes, reading minds with ease and precision. Remember, the human mind is a labyrinth, but with these tools, you hold the map. Now, go forth and explore the mysteries of the mind. You're equipped with the knowledge, the rest is up to you. Until next time, keep those observational skills sharp and your mind open. Ever wondered how to behave at a formal dinner? Well, you're in luck, because today we're diving into the world of dining etiquette. First things first, punctuality sets the tone for any event. Arrive on time, neither too early nor too late. This shows respect for the host and the other guests. Secondly, unfold your napkin and place it on your lap. This is not only a sign of good manners, but also practical, protecting your clothes from any accidental spills. Now let's talk cutlery. Cutlery is like a roadmap to your meal. Start from the outside and work your way in with each course. The forks are on your left, the knives and spoons on your right. Remember, your bread plate is on the left, and your drinking glasses are on the right. To avoid any confusion, think BMW, bread, meal, water. Speaking of bread, break it into bite-sized pieces instead of biting into the whole piece. And when buttering, butter one piece at a time. When it comes to the main course, cut only enough food for the next mouthful. Eat in small bites and chew your food thoroughly. This not only aids in digestion, but also helps you avoid talking with your mouth full. If you need to pause but haven't finished your meal, cross your knife and fork on your plate with the fork over the knife. This signals to the waitstaff that you're not done yet. Moving on to the end of the meal, when you've finished eating, place your knife and fork together, diagonally across your plate. The knife blade should be facing inwards and the fork tines upwards. Remember, it's okay to leave food on your plate if you're full. You're not obliged to finish everything. In terms of conversation, keep it light and pleasant. Avoid controversial topics. Listen more than you speak and show interest in what others are saying. And finally, always remember to thank your host before leaving. It's a small gesture that goes a long way in showing your appreciation. To summarize, punctuality is key. Know your cutlery and plates, break your bread into pieces, eat in small bites, use the rest and finished positions for your cutlery, engage in pleasant conversation, and always thank your host. Master these basic dining etiquette rules and you'll be the perfect guest at any formal dinner. Remember, good manners never go out of style. Tell me about yourself. Quite an opener, isn't it? That's one of the most common interview questions you'll face, but don't worry. We're here to help you navigate through over 50 of these interview minefields. Question 1, tell me about yourself. The key here is to keep it professional. Talk about your career path, the skills you've acquired, and how they make you the ideal candidate for the job. Question 2, why should we hire you? Here's a chance to sell your skills. Highlight your qualifications, experience, and how they align with the job requirements. Question 3, what are your weaknesses? A tricky one, but remember, honesty is paramount. Discuss a weakness, and then explain how you're working to improve it. Question 4, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Show ambition, but be realistic. This is an opportunity to demonstrate your long-term commitment to the role and the company. Question 5, why do you want this job? Clearly articulate why the role interests you and how it fits into your career plan. Question 6, what are your salary expectations? Research is key. Know the industry standards and give a range rather than a specific figure. Question 7, why are you leaving your current job? Be honest but positive. Talk about seeking new challenges and opportunities for growth. Question 8, how do you handle stress and pressure? Provide specific examples of how you've successfully managed stress in the past. Question 9, describe a difficult work situation and how you overcame it. Again, use specific examples. Show problem-solving skills and your ability to work under pressure. Question 10, what are your hobbies? Keep it light and honest. This helps to show you as a well-rounded individual. Now, we've covered just a fraction of the questions. Remember, each question is a chance to showcase your skills, experience, and fit for the role. In summary, when answering, keep it professional, be honest, show ambition, do your research, and provide specific examples. Tackling these questions with confidence will set you apart from the crowd. So the next time you hear, tell me about yourself, you'll be ready to make your mark. Stay tuned for more videos to help you navigate the world of job hunting. Remember, you've got this.
Have you ever wondered why some people have the uncanny ability to sway others to their will, or how they can manipulate situations to their advantage? Today, we delve into the intriguing world of dark psychology and manipulation. Dark psychology, a term coined by psychologists, refers to the study of the darker side of human behavior. It's not just about understanding what makes people tick, but more specifically, it's about understanding what makes people do harmful things to others. Consider this scenario. A charismatic leader, let's call him John, has a knack for rallying people behind him. He's charming, persuasive, and seems to always know the right things to say. However, behind that charm and charisma, John uses his understanding of human behavior to manipulate others for his own personal gain. This is a classic example of dark psychology in action. Now, let's take another example. Picture a telemarketer who uses high-pressure sales tactics to convince customers to buy products they don't need. This telemarketer doesn't just understand the art of persuasion, she also understands and exploits the human tendency to avoid conflict and discomfort. This is another form of manipulation rooted in dark psychology. It's essential to remember that not everyone who understands dark psychology uses it for nefarious purposes. Professionals like therapists, law enforcement officers, and negotiators often use their understanding of human behavior to help people and solve problems. However, when used with ill intentions, the power of dark psychology can be devastating. So, how does one manipulate others using dark psychology? There are several methods, but some of the most common include gaslighting, where a person makes others question their reality, the use of guilt or fear to control others, and the classic divide and conquer strategy, where a person creates division among others to gain control. The key to understanding and protecting oneself from dark psychology and manipulation lies in education and awareness. Recognizing manipulative behavior, understanding the tactics used by manipulators, and learning how to respond effectively are all crucial steps in safeguarding oneself from falling prey to such tactics. In summary, dark psychology is the study of the darker aspects of human behavior, focusing on understanding why people do harmful things to others. It's often used in manipulation, where individuals use their understanding of human behavior to control or exploit others for their personal gain. Education, awareness, and understanding are our best defenses against dark psychology and manipulation. Recognizing these behaviors, understanding the tactics used, and learning how to respond effectively can help protect us from falling prey to these tactics. Remember, knowledge is power. The more we understand about dark psychology, the better equipped we are to recognize and combat manipulation. Stay informed, stay aware, and stay empowered.
Can a person's mind become so conditioned to abuse that they start believing it's normal? This question leads us into the dark and complex world of domestic violence, a subject that demands our attention and understanding. In the labyrinth of human emotions and behaviors, domestic violence finds its roots. It's a cycle, vicious and relentless, often stemming from deeply ingrained psychological issues. The abuser, more often than not, is a victim of their own mental turmoil. This, however, doesn't justify the violence, but rather points towards a need for psychological intervention. To comprehend the psychology behind domestic violence, it helps to delve into the theory of learned helplessness. This theory, proposed by psychologist Martin Seligman, suggests that repeated exposure to uncontrollable events can lead to a state of helplessness. When applied to domestic violence, victims often endure the abuse because they start to believe they have no control over their situation. Over time, they may even start to blame themselves, leading to a damaging cycle of self-deprecation and further abuse. Another important aspect to consider is the cycle of abuse, first identified by psychologist Lenore Walker. It consists of 4 stages: tension building, incident, reconciliation, and calm. This cycle tends to repeat itself, creating a pattern that's difficult to break without intervention. In the tension-building phase, abusers may become increasingly edgy, leading to a hostile environment. This escalates into the incident phase, characterized by episodes of physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. Following the incident comes the reconciliation phase, where the abuser may apologize profusely, promise to change, or even deny the abuse altogether. Finally, during the calm phase, the abuser may behave as if nothing happened, and the victim might hope that the abuse has ceased, but unfortunately, this is usually a temporary respite before the cycle starts again. Understanding the psychological aspects of domestic violence creates a foundation for effective intervention strategies. It's essential to create a supportive environment for victims, providing them with resources to escape the abuse and rebuild their lives. Equally important is addressing the psychological issues of the abuser, which often include problems like low self-esteem, high levels of aggression, and difficulty with anger management. In summary, domestic violence is a complex issue deeply rooted in psychology. It involves a cycle of abuse that can lead to a state of learned helplessness in the victim. To effectively address domestic violence, we must create supportive environments for victims and address the psychological issues of the abusers. Remember, understanding is the first step towards change. By shedding light on the psychology of domestic violence, we can hope to break the cycle and create a safer, healthier society.
Ever wonder why you instinctively reach for that apple in the supermarket instead of a chocolate bar? Or why you feel compelled to recycle because the bin color is green? It might have something to do with a fascinating concept called nudge theory. Nudge theory, developed by Richard Thaler and Cass Sunstein, proposes that subtle changes in the way choices are presented can significantly influence the decisions we make. It's like a gentle push or nudge towards a specific decision without removing any options or significantly changing economic incentives. Consider the school cafeteria that places fruit at eye level and hides the cookies behind, nudging students to make healthier food choices, or the company that defaults its employees into a savings plan, nudging them towards better financial security. These are real-world examples of nudge theory in action. Even governments use nudge theory. Take the United Kingdom, for instance. They established the Behavioral Insights Team, often known as the Nudge Unit, to apply insights from behavioral economics and psychology to public policy. One of their successful initiatives was a simple change to a letter sent to people who hadn't paid their taxes. By adding a single line, 9 out of 10 people in your area pay their taxes on time. They nudged people into paying up. The result? A significant increase in timely tax payments. In another example, consider how organ donation works. In countries where citizens are automatically registered as organ donors unless they opt out, organ donation rates are significantly higher than in countries where people must opt in. This is a nudge at work, subtly encouraging a socially beneficial action. However, it's crucial to remember that nudges aren't about manipulation. They're about helping people make better decisions for themselves and society. So, to summarize, nudge theory is all about 1. Understanding how the presentation of choices can influence decisions. 1. Recognizing that small, subtle changes can have significant impacts. 1. Using these insights to encourage better decisions for individuals and society. Remember, a nudge is not a shove. It doesn't force or trick people into making certain decisions. It merely guides them, subtly, towards making choices that might be in their best interest. So the next time you find yourself reaching for that apple instead of a chocolate bar or recycling your waste because the bin is green, you'll know that you've been gently nudged. And who knows, perhaps you'll start noticing nudges in other areas of your life as well. And maybe, just maybe, you'll start using nudges to make better decisions and to help others do the same. After all, a little nudge can go a long way.
Casting a net in the vast ocean of relationships, have you ever wondered why a rising number of young Indians are choosing to date multiple partners simultaneously? Could it be the influence of films, or is there something more profound at play? Today, we dive into the intriguing world of polyamory in India. Polyamory, a blend of Greek and Latin roots, translates to many loves. It's a form of non-monogamous relationship where an individual has multiple intimate partners simultaneously, with the knowledge and consent of all parties involved. Monogamy, on the other hand, is a relationship structure we're more familiar with, where an individual has only one partner at a time. While monogamy and polyamory seem like polar opposites, they share more similarities than you might think. Both require a great deal of communication, trust and understanding between partners. Both can cultivate deep, meaningful connections, and both can offer emotional security. However, where they differ lies in the fundamental belief system. Monogamy values exclusivity and the idea that one person can fulfill all of an individual's emotional, sexual, and romantic needs. Polyamory conversely challenges this notion, asserting that love is not a finite resource, and one can indeed have multiple romantic relationships without diminishing the love for any of them. Another stark difference is the societal acceptance. Monogamy is widely accepted and reinforced by societal norms and expectations, while polyamory remains largely misunderstood and stigmatized, especially in a country like India with its deep-rooted traditional values. But times are changing. The younger generation is increasingly questioning societal norms, becoming more open to the idea of polyamory. The influence of media and films is undeniable, but it's more than just that. The rise of polyamory in India is a reflection of a broader global shift towards individual freedom, personal choice, and a rejection of traditional relationship structures. However, it's crucial to note that polyamory doesn't equate to an easy ride. It requires a high level of communication, emotional intelligence, and honesty. It also demands a thorough understanding of one's own desires and boundaries, and a respect for those of others. To summarize, polyamory is an alternative relationship structure that is gaining traction among young Indians. While it shares many similarities with monogamy, such as the need for trust and communication, it also differs fundamentally in its belief system and societal acceptance. The rise of polyamory in India is not merely a result of filmic influence, but a manifestation of a larger global trend towards individual freedom and personal choice in relationships. Remember, whether you choose polyamory, monogamy, or any other form of relationship, what matters most is mutual respect, consent, and understanding between all parties involved. The choice of how you love and who you love belongs to you.
Have you ever wondered why we dream? Why, in the quiet darkness of night, does our mind take us on journeys to fantastical realms, replay moments of our past, or showcase our deepest fears? Today we delve into the enigmatic world of dreams, unraveling the threads of science that attempt to explain this universal, yet personal, phenomenon. First, imagine the brain as a bustling city. During the day, information flows in and out like traffic on busy streets. But when night falls and sleep takes over, the city doesn't go quiet. Instead, it becomes a theater of dreams. This theater operates primarily during a phase of sleep known as rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. In this stage, our brain activity ramps up, mimicking that of when we are awake. Interestingly, this is also the stage where most of our vivid dreaming occurs. But why? What purpose does this nocturnal play serve? One theory comes from the field of psychology, pioneered by the likes of Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. They propose that dreams are a reflection of our subconscious mind. They serve as a mirror, reflecting our desires, fears, and conflicts in symbolic forms. While this theory has its merits, it leans heavily on interpretation and lacks the empirical evidence that science often demands. On the other hand, neuroscience offers a more tangible explanation. Known as the activation synthesis hypothesis, it suggests that dreams are nothing more than our brain's attempt to make sense of random neural firings during sleep. Our mind, in an effort to create a coherent narrative, weaves these random signals into the tapestry of dreams. Then, there's the theory of memory consolidation. This postulates that dreams are a byproduct of the brain processing and storing information from the day. Our mind revisits and rehearses these memories, strengthening neural connections. This could explain why we often dream about recent events or familiar people and places. Yet another theory suggests that dreams serve an evolutionary function. They act as a safe simulation space, preparing us for potential threats and challenges in the waking world. This threat simulation theory could explain why we sometimes have nightmares about being chased or confronted with danger. So, to recap, why do we dream? could it be a window to our subconscious, revealing hidden desires and fears? Or is it just our brain trying to make sense of random neural activity? Perhaps it's a tool for memory consolidation, helping us learn and remember. Or it could be a survival mechanism, preparing us for potential threats. While each theory offers a piece of the puzzle, the full picture remains elusive. The truth likely lies in a combination of these theories, and perhaps some yet undiscovered. Our dreams are as complex and multifaceted as the minds that dream them. So tonight, as you drift into sleep and embark on your own dream journey, remember, each dream is a unique blend of subconscious reflection, neural activity, memory processing, and survival simulation. Sweet dreams!
Ever found yourself in a situation where your partner's drinking habit seems to be spinning out of control? It's a tough spot to be in, isn't it? This video aims to help you navigate this challenging situation with grace, understanding, and practicality. So, grab a cup of tea, sit back, and let's dive into the heart of the matter. First and foremost, it's essential to understand that alcohol addiction is a disease. It's not a lack of willpower or a character flaw. It's a chronic condition that requires professional help. Just like you wouldn't blame someone for having diabetes, blaming a person for having an addiction isn't fair or helpful. So, the first step in dealing with your partner's alcohol addiction is to educate yourself. Learn about the nature of addiction, its causes, its effects on the person and those around them. This knowledge will help you approach the situation with empathy and understanding rather than frustration or anger. The second step is to communicate with your partner. Express your concerns in a non-threatening, non-judgmental way. Use I statements rather than you statements to avoid sounding accusatory. For instance, I feel worried when you drink every night instead of you're always drinking. The third step is to encourage your partner to seek help. This could be through a healthcare professional, a counselor, or a support group. Remember, it's not your job to fix them, and you can't do it alone. They need professional help, and it's okay to ask for it. The fourth step is to take care of yourself. Dealing with a loved one's addiction can be emotionally draining. Make sure you're getting the support you need, whether that's through therapy, self-care activities, or leaning on friends and family. You can't pour from an empty cup, so make sure yours is full. The fifth and final step is to set boundaries. It's important to protect your own mental and emotional well-being. Make it clear what behaviors you won't tolerate and stick to those boundaries. Remember, it's okay to put your own well-being first. In summary, dealing with a partner's alcohol addiction is a complex process that involves education, communication, encouraging professional help, self-care, and setting boundaries. It's a journey that requires patience, empathy, and resilience. But remember, you're not alone. There are resources and support systems out there to help you navigate this challenging situation. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, it's okay to ask for help.
Ah, thieves, the artists of the underworld, the Picassos of pilfering. You know, I once heard of a thief who broke into a house and stole, wait for it, the remote control. I mean, I know Netflix binging is addictive, but that's on a whole new level. But today, we're taking a tour to Bihar, a state in India, where thieves have a knack for stealing the most bizarre things. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride. Number 10. Can you imagine waking up to find your front door missing? Well, some poor souls in Bihar don't have to imagine. Yes, folks, front doors are a hot commodity for thieves in these parts. Maybe they're just trying to open new doors in their life, quite literally. Number 9, moving on from doors to floors. That's right, folks, floor tiles. A perfect gift for the wife, don't you think? Honey, I got you a floor tile instead of a diamond necklace. Number 8. You've heard about stealing hearts, but what about stealing bridges? Yes, an entire bridge. The thieves in Bihar are not just stealing hearts, but also solid steel structures. Talk about burning bridges. Number 7. Now here's a steal that's truly electrifying. Electric poles. I guess some people just can't resist the spark of a good steel rod. Number 6. Now this one's a bit fishy. Fish from fish ponds. Yes, in the dead of night, these thieves turn into fishermen. I wonder if they shout "gone fishing" before their nightly escapades. Halfway through at number 5. Forget about stealing candy from a baby. These thieves are all about stealing manhole covers. Yes, you heard it right, the humble manhole cover. One man's street is another man's treasure, I suppose. Number 4, you know how people say my heart pumps diesel for you? In Bihar, thieves take that quite literally. Diesel from railway engines. I guess love really does make you do strange things. Number 3, next up, we have something that's a bit hard to digest. Thieves in Bihar are stealing rice from paddy fields. Maybe they're just really big fans of biryani. Number 2, now this one is truly groundbreaking. Literally, thieves in Bihar are stealing bricks from live construction sites. I guess they're just trying to build their future brick by brick. And finally, at number 1, the king of all bizarre thefts in Bihar, entire roofs. Yes, you heard that right. Not just the tiles, but the entire roof. One can only pray it doesn't rain the next day. And there you have it, folks. A countdown of the most bizarre items ever stolen in Bihar. From front doors to entire roofs, these thieves sure have a peculiar shopping list. It leaves you wondering, what could possibly be next? Your guess is as good as mine. Until next time, keep an eye on your remote control. And remember, not all thieves are after your wallet. Some just might be after your floor tiles or, heaven forbid, your front door. Start with a chuckle. Did you hear about the thief who stole a calendar? He got 12 months. Laughs. Now that's a bargain. But wait till you hear about the peculiar thefts that have taken place in the Indian state of Bihar. Here, the thieves have a knack for stealing the most unusual things. So buckle up as we count down the top 10 strange things that have been stolen in Bihar. At number 10, we have bricks. Yes, you heard it right. In the middle of the night, someone decided that bricks were the hot commodity they needed. And just like that, a whole lot of bricks vanished into thin air, leaving the owner staring at an incomplete construction site. Number 9 has got to be the goats. Now, stealing a goat might not seem unusual in a rural setting, but these goats were not just any goats. They were specially bred, high-quality goats ready for the market. The thief must have had a feast, or perhaps started a mini farm. Coming in at number 8, we have fish from a pond. Imagine waking up and finding your pond fishless. That's some serious fishing skills right there. Or maybe we have an aquatic thief in our midst. Number 7 is electricity poles. Now that's shocking. Literally, the poles disappeared overnight. The thieves must have had a really dark room they needed to light up. At number 6, we have manhole covers. Quite a manhole mystery, isn't it? The cover thief left people watching their step a little more closely. Halfway through at number 5, it's bamboo. Not one or two, but a whole grove of bamboo disappeared. Maybe someone was in dire need of a bamboo hut. The 4th spot is taken by sand. Yes, sand from the riverbanks. Maybe someone wanted to build a castle, but forgot the beach was a better place to find sand. Coming in at number 3, railway tracks. Now this is one for the books. Somebody had the audacity to steal railway tracks. Talk about a train of thought. At number 2, we have trees. Whole fully grown trees. They were there one day, gone the next. Maybe the thief wanted to start a forest. And the grand finale at number 1 is a bridge. Yes, a whole bridge. One fine day, villagers woke up to find their bridge missing. Talk about burning bridges. This thief just took the whole thing. So, there you have it. The top 10 most bizarre things stolen in Bihar. From bricks to bridges, these thieves have stolen it all. Just goes to show that when it comes to theft, creativity knows no bounds. But remember, crime doesn't pay. Unless you're a stand-up comedian, then these stories are pure gold. Laughs. Until next time, keep your bricks, goats, and bridges safe. Chuckles.
Have you ever considered how audacious one must be to steal an entire bridge? Well, it happened. In Bihar, thieves posing as government officials made off with a 60-foot bridge, leaving locals in shock as they woke up to find their lifeline had vanished overnight. A tale so audacious it has become the stuff of legends. The incident unfolded over a span of 5 years. The thieves, in their cunning disguise as government officials, had been slowly chipping away at the bridge. Their operation was meticulous, calculated, and carried out with a degree of patience that is both fascinating and alarming. Their first step was to establish credibility. They presented themselves as government officials, complete with counterfeit identification and paperwork. This allowed them to work in broad daylight, with the locals none the wiser about their true intentions. Over time, they started dismantling the bridge, piece by piece. They claimed it was routine maintenance work, a necessary evil for the greater good. They cleverly manipulated the narrative, ensuring that the locals didn't raise any suspicion or alarm. Their operation was so thorough that they even managed to dispose of the dismantled parts without raising any eyebrows. They sold the parts as scrap metal, a common practice in the area, further solidifying their facade as government officials. Then one day, the bridge was gone. The locals woke up to find that their main connection to the rest of the world had disappeared overnight. Shock and disbelief swept through the community. When the dust settled, the questions began. How could something so massive, so permanent, disappear without anyone noticing? The answer lay in the slow, methodical approach of the thieves. They had stolen the bridge right under the noses of the locals, using the guise of government officials and the promise of maintenance work to deflect any suspicion. As of now, the investigation is ongoing. The authorities are piecing together the events of the past 5 years, tracing the steps of the thieves, and trying to bring them to justice. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the audacity of some criminals and the lengths they will go to fulfill their ambitions. In the end, it is a story of deception, audacity, and the theft of a bridge. A tale that challenges our perception of what is possible and what lengths people will go to in pursuit of their ambitions. A tale that will be told and retold, leaving us with a question. What would you do if your bridge disappeared overnight?
In the mystical land of India, there exists a group of monks known as the Aghores. These enigmatic individuals are known for their shocking and controversial rituals, which have captivated the curiosity of many. The Aghores are believed to be followers of Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction and transformation. They live a life of extreme asceticism, renouncing all worldly possessions and societal norms. Their practices are considered taboo by many, as they engage in rituals that involve cannibalism and the use of human remains. One of the most shocking rituals performed by the Aghores is the consumption of human flesh. They believe that by ingesting the flesh of the deceased, they can attain spiritual enlightenment and transcend the boundaries of life and death. This practice is seen as a way to confront their own mortality and embrace the cycle of life. Another ritual that the Aghores engage in is the use of human skulls as bowls. They believe that by using these skulls, they can tap into the cosmic energy and gain supernatural powers. These skulls are often adorned with flowers and other offerings, symbolizing the union of life and death. The Aghores also practice meditation in cremation grounds, surrounded by the burning pyres of the deceased. They believe that by meditating in such an environment, they can attain a higher state of consciousness and connect with the divine. Despite their shocking rituals, the Aghores are not to be feared. They are revered by many as spiritual guides and healers. It is believed that their extreme practices are a means to transcend the limitations of the physical world and achieve spiritual liberation. The Aghores are a testament to the diversity and complexity of Indian spirituality. Their rituals may shock and challenge our understanding of the world, but they also serve as a reminder that there are many paths to enlightenment. So, the next time you hear about the Aghores and their shocking rituals, remember that there is more to their story than meets the eye. They are seekers of truth, pushing the boundaries of human experience in their quest for spiritual awakening.
अण्णांच्याकडे हे मुलं शिकू शकतील का हा आधी प्रश्न होता. कुटुंबामध्ये जर का 3-4 मुलं असतील आणि त्यातला एकच अंध असेल, त्याकडे दुर्लक्ष. आणि मुलींच्या बाबतीत तर काय प्रश्नच नाही. आपल्याला झाली नसती मुलगी तर बरं झालं असतं अशी पालकांची भावना असते. ब्लाइंड मुलांसाठी किंवा अंध मुलांसाठी जी शाळा आहे ती आपण सेवाभावी वृत्तीनं चालवतो. आणखी आपल्याला अंध मुलांना डोळस मुलांच्या बरोबरीनं आणायचं आहे. ही मुलं 5वी पर्यंत प्रायमरी म्हणजे शाळेतच राहायचं, शाळेतच क्लासरूम अटेंड करायचे. मंथली एक्सपेन्स आहे तो किती देणग्या मिळाल्या तरी टोटली त्यात बसत नाही. देणगीची गरज आहे की ज्या योगे आम्हाला हॉस्टेल पूर्णपणे व्यवस्थित मॅनेज करता येईल. समाज में अंध विद्यार्थी रहेंगे तब तक हमारा ये काम चालू रहेगा. इसके लिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा जो मदद करना चाहते हैं उनकी जरूरत है.
Have you ever pondered upon the bizarre and somewhat disturbing instances of ritualistic cannibalism in the grand epics of Mahabharata? One such event involves Sahadevan, one of the Pandava brothers, and his father, the sage Vyasa. But did Sahadevan really consume his father's flesh to gain his knowledge? The Mahabharata, often referred to as the fifth Veda, chronicles a vast array of events and characters. It begins with the story of King Shantanu, who falls in love with the celestial river goddess Ganga. Their son, Devavrata, later known as Bhishma, takes a vow of celibacy, setting the stage for a complex dynastic struggle. The narrative then shifts to King Pandu and his 2 wives, Kunti and Madri. Unable to father children due to a curse, Pandu encourages his wives to invoke various gods to bear offspring. The result is the birth of the 5 Pandava brothers, including Sahadevan, born to Madri by the twin gods Ashwini Kumaras. Sahadevan, also known as Sahadeva, is known for his deep wisdom, astrological prowess, and humility. However, the incident that we're discussing today is a lesser-known part of his story, an event that is said to have given him unparalleled wisdom. Sahadevan's father, the sage Vyasa, had a vast reservoir of knowledge, including the events of the past, present, and future. According to some versions of the Mahabharata, after Vyasa's death, Sahadevan consumed a portion of his father's flesh, thereby gaining his vast knowledge. This act, though repugnant to our modern sensibilities, is known as ritualistic cannibalism. Ritualistic cannibalism, consuming the body or parts of it after a person's death, has been practiced in various cultures worldwide, often with the belief that the eater would gain the deceased's qualities or skills. In Sahadevan's case, it was the desire to acquire his father's wisdom. However, it's essential to consider the metaphorical interpretations of such events. The act of consuming Vyasa's flesh could symbolize Sahadevan's deep study and assimilation of his father's teachings rather than literal cannibalism. To summarize, the Mahabharata is a vast epic filled with complex characters and events. The story of Sahadevan and his father, Vyasa, is just one of many intriguing tales within this grand narrative. While some versions suggest that Sahadevan engaged in ritualistic cannibalism to gain his father's wisdom, it might be more accurate to interpret this as a metaphor for Sahadevan's deep study and understanding of his father's teachings. Whether literal or metaphorical, these instances of ritualistic cannibalism in our ancient texts invite us to question and explore the complex tapestry of human behavior and cultural practices. They remind us that wisdom often comes at a price, and the pursuit of knowledge can sometimes lead us down paths that are both challenging and unconventional. Ever wondered why dreams often feel so bizarre or why certain themes seem to recur? What if dreams were more than just random thoughts and images? What if they held deeper meanings, waiting to be unraveled? Welcome to the fascinating world of dream interpretation. Dreams have intrigued humankind for centuries, prompting countless theories and interpretations. Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, suggested that dreams are the royal road to the unconscious. Dreams, according to him, could offer a glimpse into our deepest desires and fears. While the science behind dream analysis remains a subject of debate, research suggests that dreams may reflect our subconscious thoughts and emotions. So, let's delve into the 10 most common dreams and their potential interpretations. Firstly, falling dreams. These dreams often signify feelings of insecurity, instability, or anxiety. It's a common dream when you're navigating through life's changes. Secondly, dreams about teeth falling out. Such dreams may symbolize a fear of aging, concerns about self-image, or a sense of powerlessness. Thirdly, dreams of being chased. These dreams could suggest that you're avoiding something in your waking life. It could be a situation, a person, or even an emotion. Fourthly, dreams about flying. These dreams might signify a desire for freedom, independence, or ambition. Fifthly, dreams about death. Despite their morbid nature, death dreams might symbolize endings, changes, or transformation. It's not necessarily a premonition of physical death. Sixthly, dreams about water. Water in dreams can represent emotions. The state of the water might reflect your emotional state. Seventhly, dreams about taking an exam. These dreams might indicate a fear of failure or not living up to expectations. Eighthly, dreams about being naked in public. Such dreams could signify feelings of vulnerability, shame, or fear of exposure. Ninthly, dreams about being lost. These dreams might hint at feelings of confusion, lack of direction, or a desire for a fresh start. Lastly, dreams about infidelity. These dreams might reflect insecurities, trust issues, or dissatisfaction in a relationship. In summary, dream interpretation is a complex and subjective practice. While these interpretations offer a general guideline, remember that each dream is unique to the dreamer. Your personal experiences, emotions, and thoughts play a crucial role in shaping your dreams. So, the next time you wake up from a dream, instead of brushing it off, try to reflect on it. You might just uncover a hidden message or insight about your waking life. After all, dreams might be the mind's way of making sense of our world, our experiences, and ultimately, ourselves. And as we close this journey into the realm of dreams, remember this. Dreams are not merely nighttime movies playing out in our minds. They could be telling stories about our lives that we might not be aware of. So keep dreaming, keep exploring, and who knows, you might just stumble upon something truly enlightening. Have you ever wondered about the mysteries of black magic, also known as Totka or Tantra? It's a phenomenon that has intrigued and terrified people for centuries. Today, we delve into this enigmatic world, and more importantly, discuss how one can protect oneself from it. First, let's demystify black magic. It is often associated with the dark arts, with the intention of causing harm to others through supernatural means. These practices, steeped in superstition and fear, have been present across cultures and continents since time immemorial. However, it's essential to remember that the power of black magic often lies more in the fear it inspires than in any actual supernatural prowess. Now, let's turn to the 10 remedies that can protect you from the effects of black magic. 1. Maintain a positive mindset. Black magic thrives on negativity, so keep your thoughts positive and your spirit will remain invincible. 2. Practice spiritual cleansing. Regularly cleanse your aura through meditation, prayer, or other spiritual practices. This can help to keep negative energies at bay. 3. Use protective talismans. Symbols or objects believed to possess protective properties can serve as shields against negative influences. 4. Seek professional help. If you feel you are under the influence of black magic, consult a professional spiritual counselor or healer. 5. Stay physically healthy. A strong body can be a fortress against negative energies. Regular exercise, balanced diet, and adequate sleep are key. 6. Use salt. Salt is believed to have purifying properties. Sprinkle it around your home or carry a small pouch with you. 7. Light incense. Certain fragrances like frankincense and sage are believed to cleanse and purify the environment. 8. Cultivate strong, positive relationships. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Their positive energy can act as a barrier against negative influences. 9. Harness the power of nature. Spend time outdoors in the sunshine and around plants. Nature has a natural purifying effect on our energies. Finally, 10. Practice self-love and self-care. By valuing yourself, you create a powerful shield of positivity that can repel negative energies. In conclusion, black magic, while a fascinating topic, often draws its power from the fear and negativity it inspires. By maintaining a positive mindset, practicing regular spiritual cleansing, using protective talismans, seeking professional help when needed, staying physically healthy using purifying elements like salt and incense, cultivating strong positive relationships, harnessing the power of nature, and practicing self-love and self-care, one can effectively safeguard against the effects of black magic. Remember, the most potent force against any negative energy is the power of positivity and love that resides within each one of us. So, let's continue to cultivate these forces and live our lives free from fear and negativity. In the heart of Kerala, a chilling tale of human sacrifice and cannibalism unfolds, marking the beginning of our exploration into the macabre underbelly of India's most horrifying crimes. Our first tale begins in Kerala, where the unthinkable occurred. 3 individuals were arrested for allegedly sacrificing 2 women, consuming their body parts in a grotesque bid to gain financial prosperity. The details are as horrifying as they sound, and the shockwaves from this case continue to reverberate around the nation. The shadow of this case casts itself over previous incidents of similar depravity, such as the 2006 Nithari serial killings. A businessman and his domestic help were apprehended for killing and dismembering multiple girls. The sheer brutality of these acts left a nation in shock and despair, and the memory of the victims lingers on. In another chilling tale of cannibalism, we turn our attention to a man named Raj Kolanda. This man's reign of terror involved the murder of over 15 people. He cooked and ate their brains and displayed their skulls as trophies of his monstrous deeds. His actions reveal a chilling disregard for human life that is difficult to comprehend. Our next case takes us to Ludhiana, where a 16-year-old boy confessed to killing and cannibalizing a 9-year-old boy. His defense, he claimed to be influenced by crime shows on television. This harrowing story underscores the potential dangers of media influence, particularly on impressionable minds. In Manipur, a man named W. Ramananda confessed to consuming cooked human flesh. This case adds yet another layer of horror to our exploration of cannibalism in India. The reasons behind his actions remain shrouded in mystery, leaving us to grapple with the horrifying reality of his deeds. Our final story takes us to Assam, where a tea garden owner and his wife fell victim to murder and cannibalism. The details of this case are as shocking as they are tragic, painting a grim picture of the depths to which humanity can sink. These tales of cannibalism and human sacrifice from across India serve as a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk in the hearts of men. They expose a side of humanity that most of us would rather not acknowledge. But by bringing these stories to light, we can perhaps better understand the depth of human depravity, and in doing so, strive to prevent such horrors from happening again. As we conclude this exploration, remember the victims of these heinous crimes, and let their stories serve as a stark warning of the dangers that can lie hidden beneath the surface.
Do you want to attract more positive energy into your life? Well, it's simpler than you might think. Today, we're going to explore 13 ways to draw in positive vibes and create a life filled with joy and fulfillment. Firstly, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude is the foundation of positivity. It can shift our focus from what's missing in our lives to the abundance that's already present. So start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Secondly, practice mindfulness. Being present and in the moment helps us appreciate the beauty around us and within us. So take a deep breath, focus on your senses, and embrace the here and now. Thirdly, invest time in yourself. Whether it's reading a book, pursuing a hobby, or just taking a walk, spending time with yourself can do wonders for your positivity. Fourthly, surround yourself with positive people. Their energy is contagious and can inspire you to adopt a more optimistic outlook on life. Fifthly, exercise regularly. Physical activity not only boosts your health but also releases endorphins, the body's natural feel-good hormones. Sixthly, practice random acts of kindness. From helping a stranger to complimenting a colleague, these small gestures can bring joy to others and boost your own positivity. Seventhly, maintain a positive environment. Keep your surroundings clean and organized and fill them with things that bring you joy. Eighthly, eat healthy. Good nutrition fuels the body and mind, promoting overall well-being and positivity. Ninthly, limit your exposure to negative news and social media. Constant exposure to negativity can drain your positive energy. Tenthly, practice affirmations. These positive statements can help you overcome negative thoughts and foster a positive mindset. 11thly, stay curious and open-minded. Embrace new experiences and ideas as they offer opportunities for growth and positivity.
12thly, foster deep and meaningful relationships. Building strong connections with others can bring immense joy and positivity into your life. Lastly, laugh more. Laughter truly is the best medicine, releasing stress and filling your life with joy and positivity. So there you have it, 13 ways to attract more positive energy into your life. Cultivate gratitude. Practice mindfulness. Invest time in yourself. Surround yourself with positivity. Exercise regularly. Practice kindness. Maintain a positive environment. Eat healthy. Limit negativity. Practice affirmations. Stay curious. Foster relationships and laugh more. Remember, attracting positive energy starts with you. So take these steps and watch as your life begins to radiate with joy and positivity.
Have you ever wondered what is the new form of bravery in women? Is it the courage to shatter glass ceilings, or perhaps the strength to redefine societal norms? Or could it be the ability to hold on to compassion in a world that often seems cruel? Many find their inspiration in the divine feminine, drawing from the strength of the Hindu goddesses Kali and Shakti. Let's delve into 10 inspirational thoughts originating from these powerful deities. Firstly, Kali teaches us the beauty of destruction, not the reckless obliteration of what we hold dear, but the dismantling of harmful constructs, outdated beliefs, and toxic relationships. The new brave woman is not afraid to let go of what does not serve her anymore. Secondly, Shakti illustrates the power of creation. Women in their new form of bravery are not only creators of life, but also of ideas, movements, and change. Thirdly, Kali's fierceness is a reminder that being gentle does not equate to being weak. Bravery lies in standing up for oneself, in asserting one's rights, and in not backing down in the face of adversity. Fourthly, Shakti's nurturing aspect emphasizes that compassion and kindness are not liabilities. They are strengths, and they are brave. Fifthly, Kali's dance on Shiva symbolizes victory over ignorance. The brave woman seeks knowledge and truth, aware that ignorance is indeed the real enemy. Sixthly, Shakti's embodiment as energy itself is a testament to the limitless potential within each woman. Bravery is in recognizing and harnessing this energy. Seventhly, Kali's multiple arms represent the various roles a woman plays and the strength in her multitasking abilities. The brave woman is versatile, adaptable, and excels in her many roles. Eighthly, Shakti's dual nature, both gentle and fierce, is a lesson in balance. The brave woman knows when to be soft and when to roar. Ninthly, Kali's dark complexion signifies the unknown and the mysteries of life. The brave woman embraces uncertainty and is not afraid of the unknown. Lastly, Shakti's constant transformation is a reflection of change being the only constant. The brave woman adapts, evolves, and grows with each challenge she faces. In summary, the new form of bravery in women is multifaceted. It's about breaking free from old molds, shattering stereotypes, and redefining norms. It's about being fierce yet kind, strong yet gentle, and assertive yet compassionate. It's about embracing change, seeking knowledge, and not being afraid of the unknown. It's about recognizing one's own potential and having the courage to tap into it. Drawing inspiration from goddesses Kali and Shakti, we learn that bravery is not just about physical courage, but also about mental strength, emotional resilience, and spiritual growth. So let the essence of Kali and Shakti guide you, inspire you, and remind you of the divine strength you possess. Remember, bravery is not the absence of fear, but the strength to keep going despite it. And that is the new form of bravery in women. Have you ever wondered how much the power of belief can change your life? The concept of belief is not just a mere thought. It's an energy that shapes our reality, a power that we all possess, yet we often underestimate. Belief is the confidence we place in ourselves, the faith we have in our potential, and the conviction that we can achieve our dreams, no matter how high they seem. Let's take a journey into the life of someone who has harnessed this power, someone who has used it to shape her destiny. Her name is Hima Das, a name that resonates with strength, determination, and the power of belief. Hema, an Indian athlete, a world champion sprinter, and a shining beacon of hope, comes from a humble background, yet she didn't let that define her future. Born in a small village in India, Hema was not born with a silver spoon, nor was she bestowed with extraordinary privileges. But what she had was a dream to run, to sprint, and to win. She had a belief so strong that it pushed her to run faster than she ever had, to train harder than she ever did, and to dream bigger than she ever dared. Her belief in herself was her guiding light, her source of strength. It was her belief that transformed a village girl into a world champion. Every time she sprinted, she not only raced against her competitors, but also against her own limitations. And every time she emerged victorious, not because she was the fastest, but because she believed she was. This is the power of belief. It's not about where you come from, it's about where you want to go. It's not about what you can't do, it's about what you believe you can do. Belief can turn dreams into reality. It can turn the ordinary into extraordinary. It can make you reach heights you never thought possible. It can make you run faster, jump higher, and dream bigger. Belief, it seems, has the power to move mountains, or in Hema's case, to run through them. But what happens when the path to your dreams is littered with obstacles? It's a question we all ask ourselves at some point or another. It's easy to dream, to aspire, to set lofty goals. But when the road ahead is paved with difficulties, it's not so easy to stay the course. Obstacles, challenges, roadblocks, call them what you will. They are inevitable. In fact, they are a part and parcel of any journey. But the question is, do we let them stop us, or do we find a way to overcome them? Consider the story of Sudha Chandran, an acclaimed Indian classical dancer who had a passion for dancing that was unparalleled. But life had a cruel twist in store for her. She lost a leg in an accident, a devastating blow, especially for someone whose life revolved around dancing, an art form that demands immense physical strength and agility. But did she let this obstacle deter her? No. She chose to rise above it. She didn't just accept her prosthetic Jaipur foot. She embraced it. She trained relentlessly, pushing through the pain, the frustration, the setbacks, until she could dance again. And dance, she did. With grace, with elegance, with passion. Her performances were not just a display of her talent, but a testament to her indomitable spirit. Her story is a powerful reminder that obstacles don't define us. Our response to them does. So, what's your obstacle? Is it a setback, a failure, a fear? Remember, these are not dead ends. They are detours. They are opportunities to learn, to grow, to become stronger. You see, obstacles aren't designed to break us. They are designed to make us. They challenge us, they push us, they force us to dig deep and find the strength we didn't know we had. They make us resilient. They make us determined. They make us unstoppable. Obstacles, no matter how big, are just stepping stones on the path to success. Have you ever noticed how one positive action can create a ripple effect? Just think about it. A single, seemingly insignificant action can trigger a cascade of positivity that flows far and wide, touching lives and transforming destinies. This is the profound power of the ripple effect. Let's explore this concept with a real-life story. Picture a young man named Anand Kumar from the bustling heart of India. Anand was a bright mathematician, but he faced an obstacle that many of us can relate to: lack of resources. Despite this, he had an iron will and a desire to make a difference. Anand made a small yet positive change. He decided to use his knowledge to help those who, like him, were underprivileged but filled with potential. He started a coaching institute, offering his services to those who could not afford the exorbitant fees of mainstream institutions. A small act, yes, but one that was positively charged. And then something incredible happened. This act of kindness and determination began to create ripples. The students he taught, armed with knowledge and the belief that they too could succeed, began to excel. They earned spots in prestigious universities, secured high-paying jobs, and most importantly, they started to believe in their worth. But the ripples didn't stop there. Seeing the success of their peers, other underprivileged students were inspired to strive for their dreams. They too sought education and began to break free from the chains of their circumstances. Anand's single positive act had sparked a wave of change that affected hundreds, if not thousands of lives. This is the power of the ripple effect. It's about understanding that every action, no matter how small, has the potential to create significant change. It's about realizing that we all have the power to positively influence our world, to spark a ripple that can reach further than we could ever imagine. So let's harness this power. Let's be the catalysts for positive change, for our betterment and for the betterment of those around us. Remember, every small positive action you take can create a ripple effect that can change your life and the lives of those around you.
Ever pondered the art of subtly influencing others to sway things in your favor? Well, today we delve into this fascinating world, stripping away the mystery and laying bare the simple steps anyone can take to master this skill. Imagine a chessboard. Each move is calculated, precise, aiming for a certain outcome. Similarly, the art of subtle influence is all about making the right moves at the right time. It's not about being manipulative or dishonest, but about understanding human psychology and using this knowledge to create win-win situations. Step 1. Establish rapport. Rapport is the cornerstone of any successful interaction. It's about creating a sense of familiarity and trust. To build rapport, mirror the other person's body language, pace of speech, and vocabulary. This creates a subconscious bond, making them more open to your ideas. Step 2. Understand their motivations. What drives them? What are their desires, fears, and aspirations? Once you know what makes them tick, you can tailor your approach to align with their motivations. This step requires empathy and active listening. Step 3. Frame your ideas in their interest. After understanding their motivations, present your ideas in a way that appeals to them. Show them the benefits they stand to gain. Remember, people are generally more motivated by their own interests than yours. Step 4. Use positive reinforcement. People respond better to positive stimuli. Compliment them when they make a decision that aligns with your goal. This encourages them to continue making such decisions. Step 5. Be patient and persistent. Change doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process. Be patient. Keep reinforcing your ideas subtly and consistently. In summary, influencing others subtly to get your way involves establishing rapport, understanding their motivations, framing your ideas in their interest, using positive reinforcement, and being patient and persistent. At its core, it's about understanding and empathizing with others and creating situations where everyone wins. It's about using your understanding of human psychology to guide others towards decisions that benefit both parties. Remember, the goal isn't to manipulate others for selfish gains, but to create harmonious interactions where everyone walks away happier and more fulfilled. It's about mastering the art of communication and negotiation and using these skills to create a better world for all of us. So the next time you find yourself in a situation where you need to sway things in your favor, remember these steps. Establish rapport, understand motivations, frame your ideas in their interest, use positive reinforcement, and be patient. You might be surprised at how easily you can influence the situation to your advantage.
Hey baby, only the softest of things should touch your skin. Introducing new Huggies Natural Soft. Its unique Cloud Touch belt gently hugs your skin and natural cotton liner absorbs for up to 12 hours. Huggies Natural Soft.
How do you hold your pen? Pause for a moment, consider it. You might think it's just a random habit, but the way you grip your writing instrument can reveal surprising aspects of your personality. Intrigued? Well, hold on to your pens and pencils because we're about to delve into this fascinating topic. First off, if you find yourself holding your pen between your index finger and thumb, it suggests an innate love for learning and a sense of mystery. You're the kind who relishes exploring the unknown, who thrives on uncovering secrets and solving puzzles. An intellectual adventurer, if you will. Now, if you're someone who holds your pen with your thumb overlapping your fingers, it indicates a relentless and emotional personality. You're the kind who faces challenges head-on, who doesn't back down easily. You're passionate, driven, and your emotions run deep. You might be the one who wears your heart on your sleeve. Then there are those who hold their pen between their index finger and middle finger. This reflects a social and forgiving nature. You're likely the life of the party, the one who easily makes friends and is quick to forgive and forget. You're a people person through and through. And finally, if you hold your pen with your thumb, index, and middle finger, it suggests a dual personality with both analytical and emotional traits. You're the kind who can balance logic and emotion, who can analyze a situation objectively while still being in touch with your feelings. You're a harmonious blend of head and heart. So, there you have it. The simple act of holding a pen can offer a glimpse into your personality, revealing traits that you might not have been consciously aware of. Remember though, this is just a fun exploration, not a definitive personality test. It's a way to understand ourselves a little better, to embrace our quirks and celebrate our uniqueness. To recap, if you hold your pen between your index finger and thumb, you're likely an intellectual adventurer. If your thumb overlaps your fingers, you're probably passionate and relentless. If you hold your pen between your index and middle fingers, you're likely sociable and forgiving. And if you hold your pen with your thumb, index, and middle finger, you're possibly a balanced blend of analytical and emotional. So, the next time you pick up your pen, give a thought to how you hold it. You might just discover something new about yourself. After all, the pen is mightier than the sword, and in this case, it might also be a window into your soul. Enjoy writing, and remember, every pen stroke is a reflection of the unique individual that is you. Have you ever pondered why your older sibling is so responsible, or why the youngest child seems to get away with everything? Or maybe you are an only child and wonder why you are so self-reliant. Well, it could all be down to birth order. Birth order is a fascinating subject that delves into how a person's rank within their family can influence their personality and behavior. So, buckle up for a captivating journey into the world of birth order personality traits. First up, the firstborns. Often seen as the leaders, the responsible ones, the standard bearers, they are the guinea pigs of parenting, with parents often imposing stricter rules on them. This can result in firstborns being perfectionists, reliable, and conscientious. They are often high achievers who seek approval and fear failure. They are the trailblazers, paving the way for their younger siblings. Next, the often misunderstood middle child. Stuck in between the accomplished older sibling and the coddled youngest, the middle child often feels left out. They are the peacemakers, the negotiators, the ones who strive for fairness. They are typically very social and form strong friendships outside the family. They are known for their independence and creativity, always seeking to carve out their own unique path. Then we have the youngest child, often labeled as the baby of the family. They are the ones who get away with things that their older siblings would never have dreamed of. They are often outgoing, self-centered, and manipulative. But they are also charming, risk-takers, and have a flair for the dramatic. They are often the entertainers in the family, always ready with a joke or a story to tell. Lastly, the only child. In a league of their own, they often share similar traits with firstborns. They're confident, articulate, and often enjoy being the center of attention. They're often mature for their age, are perfectionists, and have a strong drive for success. However, they also tend to struggle with being alone and can be seen as overly sensitive. In summary, birth order can greatly influence one's personality and behavior. Firstborns are often responsible and perfectionists, middle children are the peacemakers and independent, the youngest are the risk-takers and entertainers, and only children are confident and driven. However, it's important to remember that these are general traits, and not everyone will fit neatly into these categories. Many factors, including parenting style, gender, and age gap, can also influence personality development. So, next time when you find yourself wondering why your siblings act the way they do, or why you are the way you are, take a moment to consider the impact of birth order. It might just give you a fascinating insight into the dynamics of your family. Hey everyone, I'm here today to talk about something really close to our hearts: relationships. Now, relationships are beautiful, they're enriching, but sometimes they can also be quite challenging. And it's crucial to recognize when they might be heading towards a dead end. Today, I'll share 8 signs that might indicate your relationship could be over. Sign number 1 is constant negativity. If your interactions are more often negative than positive, it could be a sign that the emotional bank account of your relationship is running dry. Moving on to the second sign. lack of communication. When the silence stretches and you no longer share your day or your dreams with each other, it can create a gap that grows wider with time. Thirdly, you've lost interest in each other. When you start feeling indifferent, when what happens to your partner doesn't move you, it's a clear indicator that emotional detachment has set in. Fourth, you're both living separate lives. It's healthy to have your own interests, but if there's no intersection at all, if you're living as roommates rather than partners, it's time to question why. The fifth sign is the absence of conflict resolution. Every couple argues, but healthy couples find ways to resolve their conflicts. If you're recycling old arguments without any resolution,